AFCON 2023 and Algeria and Burkina Faso have played to a 2-2 draw. That game was exciting. It was exciting. The game started, obviously, we all thought Bertrand Traore was going to start, but he didn't start for Burkina Faso. The coach opted to start with Tabsoba though, which I think was a very, 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 very good idea because he was threatening all around. And this just goes to show you it's the way he started on the bench in the last game. Sometimes the way you finish matches is going to make the coach want to put you in the next game, So you never finish matches on 50-50, like just finish and give it your all, So yeah, as we said in our prediction, Issa Kabore and Ait Nouri battle was going to be key. It was one of those ones that I was really looking out for, and it did not disappoint. Ait Nouri even considered the penalty against Issa Kabore himself, and that one came from a long ball. I think it was from Tabsoba that came to Kabore, and then his control just got the ball away from Ait Nouri, and then he fouled him, and it was a penalty. But that all stemmed from one thing that I'm seeing Algeria do a lot. Algeria do not press the ball. They do not press the ball, and they don't have quick defenders, and they're trying to play a high line. So it's like you're compounding tactical inefficiencies with just dumb mistakes, right? If you're not going to press the ball, let your defense be a bit deeper. Like, don't be too high. So you're high up with defenders who can't really run after the ball and chase after them. Like, they're not as quick, So, I think that tactic for Algeria, they've managed to get the draws in both games, in this game and the last one, but I don't know. It's just not. I don't think it will work against the likes of like Senegal, who have just explosive up front. Even Guinea are a very explosive team up front. I think Burkina Faso, yes, they're good going forward, but like their front three do not compare to those two teams, especially. Algeria started with Feghouli. Feghouli had scored 3 goals in 4 games against Burkina Faso. We thought that he'd actually, I don't know, maybe the coach just thought like this is someone who's on form against this team and he's probably going to score. He wasn't that great. But one thing they did well was Mahrez. Mahrez has not been very, you don't see him a lot in games, but there are things he does in the course of a game, and it causes a lot of gravity. Yes, he's playing as a winger, but he's drifting in a lot. And whenever he drifts in, you see 2 players coming for him. And that means that ball was always on. That ball to, what's his name? Bella. What was his name? I forget his name. But there's an Algerian forward who just keeps getting chances. Like, he just keeps getting chances because they're trying to double team Mahrez in midfield and they're compact. They're leaving spaces on the wing, yeah? Belaili is his name. And then just before halftime, obviously Burkina Faso scored Mohamed Konate. It was a really, really, really good goal. I think the cross came from, who did the cross come from? Abdul Tabsoba. Again, Tabsoba was just really, really good. I think he just has to start the next match as well. The goal went to VAR. Actually, both goals for Burkina Faso went to VAR. There was some VAR involvement one way or another. And yeah, like, again, as I said, he has just booked his place in the starting 11, having started off the bench last time around. And yeah, Konate made it 1-0 going into halftime. But then the one thing that we always say, like, you need to be careful because you either concede, when you score, you either concede just before halftime or after halftime. That's when concentration levels are low for one or both teams. And yes, that's what Algeria did. They had a free kick. It was 5 minutes after halftime. They had a free kick. The free kick was not great, to be honest, but it was deflected and then it went to the wing, and I can't remember who shot, and none other than Bounedjah was on call to score again, right? And this boy just keeps scoring. He can't stop scoring. He really can't stop scoring. So yeah, he made it 1-1 and almost immediately missed a sit-over header to make it 2-1. But he was involved. He was involved all through. Then obviously, as we said, the Tabsoba ball over to Kabore. Then he was followed by Ait Nouri, which was quite obvious. This Atal, the Algerian player, I don't even know why you were shouting. Like when the ref did confirm the penalty, this guy is shouting, jumping, screaming. I'm like, dude, that is the most obvious penalty you'll ever see in your life. And you know those things where it's like, it's so obvious, it's such a clear foul, but he's holding his head like it's like he can't believe what has just happened to him. Yeah, man, like footballers, you actually need to just grow up at times. Then yeah, of course, Bertrand Traore just come on, slaughtered the penalty, cool as you like, making it 2-1, 71st minute. And I thought they were just going to hold on. And this one thing I've seen in this tournament is that you need to concentrate. I don't know whether it's the heat. I don't know whether it's for the teams that have players they don't play in the highest leagues. I agree. You're playing against some of the best players in the world. If you're like a Mauritania or a Tanzania, you're not playing with the best. You're playing against the best players in the world. You guys might not be the best. So concentration over 90 minutes is difficult. But for teams like these ones, Burkina Faso and Algeria, like just seeing lapses of concentration, and that's what happened, right? To be fair to them, also like at the time was 9 minutes. First half was I think 6 minutes, if I'm not wrong. So basically, you've played another extra time, you know. But yeah, it was 90 plus. It was a corner. First of all, Algeria had a free kick. I don't know what they were doing. It was such a nice position, and the guy just said to kick it over. But when Unas went to take this free kick, he was like, "Let me show you how to take a set piece." It went to the dangerous area and went to a dangerous man, a man who knows how to score. And yeah, Bounedjah, again, on the score sheet, removes his jersey as always, going off to celebrate. The man was booked, of course. And yeah, that's how the game ended, 2-2. And now he's the leading scorer in AFCON with 3 goals alongside Emiliano Nsue, who scored a hat-trick in the Equatorial Guinea's game. So yeah, Ben Sebaini and Blati Toure are both suspended. Ben Sebaini from Nigeria and Blati Toure from Burkina Faso received their second yellow cards. That means they're suspended for the next game. That's the third game of the group. Yeah, again, that ball over the top is working for a lot of teams in AFCON. That's just something that I'm seeing. And I don't know, like someone needs to address that. I don't know what it is. Like for every single team, that ball over the top just seems to be working. So with that being said, Burkina Faso now almost had the chance to go 6-point clear and confirm their place in the round of 16, but they only get 4 points. Sorry, not 6 points clear, but get 6 points. They're now on 4 points, goal difference of 1. Algeria moved to second place with 2 points. And then Angola are in third place with 1 point, and Mauritania in last place with 0 points. So Angola and Mauritania are playing up next. Then we will know how Group D looks like after match day 2.